Fresh. Hello.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much for coming in, guys.
What a great day.
It
The sun is out, the fans are here. Look at
National
that.
holiday too, yeah?
Yeah,
And
exactly.
these fans have been here, I'm not kidding you, since 4 o'clock this morning waiting for you guys to arrive.
Well,
you get it all over the world, don't you, Paul?
Yeah, but this is spectacular because you've got the grand final and everybody is so fired up with this. And you've got the two greatest teams and there's no loser. I mean, obviously one team is going to come out on top, but here's a situation where you have two winners. So it's this whole thing is so exciting, especially for guys from the U.S.
I know. I love the fact that you're so up on your footy. Before we start, we have some gifts because we spoke just a few weeks ago.
Yes.
And I know when we talked, you mentioned that you were a little bit of a fan of Penfold's wine.
Oh my
I'm just
God.
reaching under the desk
he's not leaning into your lap. He's actually getting a gift for you.
There's
Oh my gosh.
Penfolds Shiraz there for you. And hang on 1 second, I think there's another one down here too.
Hang on.
You know,
hang on.
You know when it comes in a box.
Yeah, there you go.
It is very
Oh my God.
good.
This
That's
has
another
been
one.
111A.
Yes.
This is probably the greatest red on earth. Doesn't matter, you can talk about France, you can talk about Chile, you can talk about all different countries. This, by far, 111A is just breathtaking. And, God bless a country that can turn out a Shiraz. You can't make a bad one.
And
So
you know you won.
This is the best.
That's for you to take home with you, Paul. Thank you so much
You
for
know
being
what
with
South
us.
Australia also knows?
Oh, my
That's it.
They
God.
know their chocolates because I think you're a bit of chocolate man.
Oh, give me that.
Haig's chocolates for you. There you go. You can start on those before the show.
This is not good for my girlish figure, I'll tell you that.
The Haig's frogs are like one of the most famous things in
That one
chocolate in
there.
Australia.
I love chocolate.
There you go.
Gene, let's talk about this concert tomorrow. Paul just said there's no losers, absolutely no losers at the MCG, whether it comes to the footy or not, because you guys are performing. What can we expect?
Well, we're going to blow the roof off of everything. We went through the show yesterday just to make sure everything is perfection for the fans. There are going to be 100,000 crazed Aussies lining everywhere. There's not another ticket available, we're told. And I'll tell you what, back at the hotel before we came to the big stadium, we were just asking people who they're cheering for, and the passion. Magpie fans, and, they're just in your face. Well, maybe it's not. Maybe it's the lines. No, what are you talking about? And then they start arguing with each other.
And there's all these variables, people go, well, Dan McStay's not in, so what's happening? And, this is an education for us because coming from the States, footy isn't really that well known, and it should be because it really is gladiator sport. When you see the physicality of everybody and the talent, it's just mind-boggling.
Oh, no padding here.
This
It's
is
not like
this is our
American
Super
footy.
Bowl without the pads.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's amazing is there's no armor. You just have, you have flesh to flesh, and it's astounding. So for us to be a part of it, we thought we were done in Australia, and to be able to come back one more time is humbling for us because this really feels like a second home for us.
Oh, well, that's so nice to hear. Of course, it's the final curtain, your final concerts, your final tour, but you're also supporting our veterans. Tell us about that.
Well, it's dear to us, especially in the States, and we know here, freedom is only free for the people who don't have to pay for it. And when you have people who volunteer to go into harm's way to protect us and our independence and our freedom, and those people come back and get a raw deal, it's absolutely abhorrent. It's a sin.
Absolutely.
And if we can in some way showcase and bring attention to those people need us, and it's up to us to protect the people who protected us.
Oh, that's lovely. It really is. And you spoke about coming to Australia, enjoying your time here. We love you here. We very much do. Your first tour in 1980. I'm going to pull this out because one of our makeup artists, Donna, at our studio in Sydney, asked me to bring this down. This is an original record cover of Dynasty, 1979 it came out, right? She would love you guys to sign it. As you do, Just take us through that hysteria when you first came to Australia in 1980. What was it like?
Australia just wasn't in the mindset outside. There was so much going on here. When we first landed here, we found out we were playing 2 days at the stadium in Melbourne, 2 days at the stadium in Sydney, before bands were playing stadiums. We were just over the top. The Lord Mayor at Sydney invited us to be at City Hall, and it was like biblical locust. People as far out as you could imagine, going everywhere. And so we were stuck at the Siebel Townhouse, a hotel that used to be at the top floor.
What was it coined? What the event of us being here was called?
Kissmania.
Hysteria.
Hysteria, that's right. Yeah.
We literally couldn't leave the hotel.
Yeah.
And it was like being in a Beatle movie.
We were walking around. Once we left, they put on Ned Kelly helmets on and all this stuff.
But, thank you. So, guys, I'm going to get you to sign this first, Gene. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.